Appreciate that. You're going to bring you in now to the Gourmet joins us now. Hi, Brianna.
Hello.
Nice to have you.
And Brianna was one of our guest hosts while you were absent.
Oh, yes. How did that go? Did you enjoy that?
Much easier, as I said. You no fear of burning anything down.
That's true.
You know?
You just get to sit and chat with
Yeah,
everybody.
it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
had a lot
your
of
job
fun.
is so easy.
It is easy. It's easy and it's fun. And I
had a
do
good
much
time.
better at that than I do at this, believe me. So.
And I think I do much better at this than I do at that. So we're in the right places today.
Did great. What are we cooking up today?
Yes, we are making a little bit of a salmon dip, which this is a good no-cook appetizer to serve friends, family when they come over.
Especially summertime, you don't have to
Yes,
heat up anything.
so we're starting with 16 ounces of softened cream cheese. I really recommend getting like the regular cream cheese and not the whipped one. When people hear softened, I think they're like, oh, we'll use the whipped. It's not as good with the whipped. Don't do that.
Okay.
No shortcuts today. Sorry, friends, but it's really not that hard. And then we're going to put like a tablespoon of poppy seeds in there as well as our honey.
Ooh.
Here she comes.
love
We're going to do a little squirt of lemon.
I love that.
And I think we have a recipe card for today too, so they might put that up for us.
Okay.
I like to go ahead and do a little stir of these wet and the poppy seed ingredients before we go through with our other part. But
you
as
do
you
a lot
can
of
see,
this just by
very
sight, too.
easy.
You
Oh
just
my
can
gosh,
kinda
yeah.
tell.
So, you know, the recipe is specific, but when you're on here, you're just sort of like throwing.
Because you
But
know.
also, as you're making it at home, I typically, take a little spoon, taste it.
Oh,
I want
yeah,
a little
bit more.
sweetness,
And that's what I always
know?
say, salt and pepper to taste is nice. We're gonna do probably around 6 to 8 scallions,
Wow.
the green part and the white part chopped really nice and thin. Something that to keep in mind with this dish is, well, with any dish, but especially this one, chopping all your little pieces in the same way each time makes that texture nice and consistent, which
Okay.
is very nice in a dip.
Yeah.
We also, which is really fun, have some cornichons, which are those tiny little pickles that you might see like at the deli sometimes, or
look
like
at
on
that.
any pesto.
Yeah.
They have a nice crunchy dill flavor and texture, and we're also going to use some, oh my gosh, capers. I almost said nonpareils, like something totally different.
Well, that would be fun.
That was so, yeah, really fun salmon dip. And then we're also going to put in some. Normally I do fresh dill, but the grocery store was out today, so we're just going to do maybe 3 teaspoons. That was a little bit more than that of dry dill.
And how do you, when you're using a dry, say if we run into this problem
Yes.
and they're out of it, so do you use
You want to use less of a dry ingredient than you do a fresh ingredient.
Oh,
Because
okay. I
dry
would've thought it
ingredients
would've been the
opposite.
opposite.
Yeah, but for most part, this will have a little bit more like of a stronger, more intense dill taste than the actual
Interesting.
fresh dill will. So we're going to go ahead and also probably like 6 tablespoons of cornichons, and again, like chopped up, really nice and thin. Gherkins, or gherkin type of, another type of gherkin pickle. So we're going to put that in there with our capers as well, and we're just gonna give this a nice little mix. Now, I really love to serve this with potato chips.
And
Also,
if you're
of course,
doing that, you also probably have to keep an eye on the salt content, right?
yeah. So what we're gonna do right now is add our salmon. So definitely, this is candied salmon from Wegmans. I also really love that new. Forgive me. The Presque Isle Fish and Farm, I believe it is, right across from Bellows. They have a great smoked salmon that I like to use in this too. Yeah, it smells great. So you want like that drier smoked salmon, not like a lox. Although you can put that in there too. That's what I used to make this with, and I actually upgraded the recipe because I think I prefer it this way now. So we're just gonna go ahead and
that makes
stir
a
and
nice,
mash.
healthy serving too.
Oh,
for a
yes.
nice group.
And this is like 8 ounces of salmon, I believe. We got 16 ounces of cream cheese.
Smells
but
so
yeah, this could
good.
serve like up to 20
And this
easily.
looks so elevated, I think, if you're bringing it to a party. It's not like your typical
Yeah.
chips and dip or something.
Yes,
This really
I like
elevates it.
to lay it out on the platter, and then normally what I do, although I was silly and forgot today, is put some of those
Hold
elements
on,
on top.
let's save it because we are
Yeah.
getting the wrap. We're going to
Ooh,
come back to you at
okay.
the end of the show.
Awesome.
So let's save the final steps for when we come back to you at the end of the show, and then we'll get to taste it. Right,
Yes,
Brianna?
awesome, definitely.
Love it. All right.